So, Ken.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Tell the world your news.
Wait, you just want to jump right in?
I do.
I don't want to jump in.
Oh.
No.
Don't tell the world your news.
The whole ambivalence of this program is that we're supposed to be going and just having a conversation. Like, it's supposed to have that kind of flow. Like, we didn't think about it beforehand. I got a puppy. That's it?
Podcast done. That'd actually be kind of funny.
Your wife didn't want us to have a long podcast.
I know. So yeah. Ken got a pup.
I got a puppy.
Tell us the breed and the name.
He's a Schnickerdoodle.
It is a lost opportunity, isn't it?
I know.
That's way more fun.
I know. He's a schnoodle. I'm allergic to dogs, and my wife likes schnauzers. And so we got a Schnauzer poodle mix.
Is that breed considered hypoallergenic?
But poodles are. Yeah, they're very well known for that.
I guess I didn't know that.
Poodles, they still shed. The common misunderstanding is that poodles don't shed. They do. They're dogs. It's that their hair is a certain type that doesn't carry a lot of dander. It's actually more like our hair, honestly, the way that breed works. So anyways.
That's dandy.
So anyways, a schnoodle looks like a schnauzer, but just has, really curly hair. Oh my God, he's so freaking cute.
The name? What is the name?
His name is Obi.
Obi, cute.
Obi as in Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it's Obi-Juan, as Brandon came up with. Because every dog apparently has to have Mexican roots. So it's Obi-Juan Graham.
Well, my dogs do.
Used to Chico Benito Supreme de Jesus Santa Maria. No, it's Chico Benito Supreme de Jesus Martinez.
Right? That's it, right?
Yeah.
No, wait. Say it again.
Chico Benito Supreme, which was mine.
Yes.
De Jesus Martinez. That's
right.
all
Okay.
it is.
Yep. That's right. Yeah. And tequila is tequila. Oh gosh, what is it? Tequila Rose
Santa Maria.
No, de Maria de Jesus Condito Martinez.
Condito.
Of Mary. No, wait.
Of Mary of Jesus? That sounds like...
De Jesus de Maria?
No, it's not De Jesus. De Jesus is in Chico's. It's not in tequilas.
No, tequilas.
De Jesus
tequilas
is in
de
Chico's.
Jesus in there too.
Of Mary of Jesus?
I gotta check.
That sounds like it's the child of Mary and of Jesus.
No, of Mary of Jesus. No, it's of Jesus of Mary.
I was going to say.
Now I got to look it up.
Is this worth it right now?
Oh, I got to know now. I can't believe I forgot.
Anyways, well, he named his dog Tequila, and we had different names for our dog. We liked the name Whiskey for a little while because there's something funny about having like butch dogs' names, but for a tiny...
Butch? What do you mean?
For a tiny little schnauzer, like little miniature schnauzer. Whiskey to me sounds like part lab, part boxer, like good old whiskey, bourbon.
An Irish setter. That'd be a good name for it.
Well, no, that would be Scotch.
No, Scottish.
What's Irish bourbon called?
Irish whiskey.
Well, anyways, then the other one was Theodore Graham. So he'd be Teddy Graham, which we were talking about it today. We wish that we would have.
No, Obi's good because Obi is very much a dog's name.
Yeah.
Theodore, too much like a kid.
Well, then you call him Teddy.
And no, but you should say the fur child.
Ashley wants to.
All right. It is Tequila Rose de Jesus de Maria Condillo Martinez. So it's Tequila Rose of Jesus of Mary with God. Of Mary with God. Martinez. We
Speaking
really think
dogs,
these through.
Is there one that's like just whimpering outside of your door?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have had dogs for many years. I've had dogs. I know. I've had dogs most of my life.
I'm surprised Tequila isn't dead yet.
Well, she's got another like 6 months or so.
She's not even 10 years old, I don't think. Is she?
She will be 10 this year.
She will be 10 this year.
Yeah, 1 decade, right?
You said you got her about 2 weeks before you found out you were pregnant with Seth.
Seth will be 9.
You're gonna figure
He'll
this
be
out.
9, which means Tequila's a year older, so she'll be 10. Chico is going to be 3. And then
he's going to be 3 already?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Just turned 2. That's what happens after 2. It's 3.
What?
Little known fact.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so I've had dogs like most of my life.
Yeah.
I've had cats too. Not a cat person.
I remember
anyway.
Chico being just so freaking adorable when he was a puppy. And then he grew up and just became, he's still adorable. He's just weird.
He grew up. His legs kept growing. They're still growing, I'm sure.
But his brain kept not growing.
His brain shrunk. There's damage. A lot of brain damage. He got bad brain.
It's probably tequila. He got bad brain.
He got bad brain. So
sounds like something from Idiocracy. Oh, you got good brain in there.
It's what dogs crave.
Oh, you got good brain.
So
when did we come up with that? It was with Andrew.
I think we were out.
Were we out at the Mitten or something like that? And I think
I
I
don't
pointed
remember
at
why.
you. You said something.
got bad
You
brain.
said something really funny and smart, and I looked at you. You got good brain, Brandon.
Good point.
That's when it started. It's funny.
So yeah,
He was cute.
Andrew?
No, not at all.
Oh, the dog.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like having dogs. I think I don't know. I just think that we're supposed to have pets. It's just a weird.
Supposed to?
Like, I think people in a family should have a pet. Doesn't have to be a dog.
Do you still have a goldfish?
No.
What happened there? How old did he get?
So quick story.
Wasn't it like a stupid little?
Yeah, quick story. So like, oh gosh, 4 years ago or something like that.
Before Chico.
Yeah. So Seth got 2 goldfish for his birthday. I think it was. I don't remember who gave them to him. And he named one Seth and one Reese, his cousin.
Yeah.
Seth died like 2 weeks in. Reese lived for like 4 years. Like goldfish should not live that long. There were so many times we thought he was dead because like, he started swimming sideways for a while.
Yeah.
But then he would just slowly rotate back. Like after a few days. He died like maybe like 3 months ago.
How come I didn't know this?
I think we talked about it briefly.
And how come we didn't cook just one?
No.
One. No. Fish stick. Just one.
The amount of meat on that tiny little goldfish.
I feel really bad. Oh, people are going to hate hearing me say this. But there's something about goldfish that's like when they die, it's like, did Seth care when he died?
I mean, he wasn't super emotional. Like, he knew it was like, he knew for years, like, he shouldn't have lived that long.
Okay, then it's time to like burn it. Like, I don't know why. There's something about the fact that like you've taken care of something for so long that you have no emotional connection to whatsoever, that it's just kind of like, I just want to see it suffer.
That's awful. That is terrible.
So bad. Fish are so dumb. I'm sorry. Fish are so dumb that there are people that consider themselves to be vegetarians that eat fish still.
They wouldn't be vegetarian. They'd be pescatarians.
Oh, I know.
They're the ones that wear the skirts.
I know. That's like Rick Plummer used to do that. He would, when I was going to college, oh man, none of the plumbers listen to this. It's fine. When I would go to college, he was my theater professor, and he would just like come in with like a fillet of fish, and I would catch him eating it, and all of his family is vegetarians, and then he would just be like, just don't tell Chris, like, and it was just because like he just didn't think fish were worthy of that animal protection.
You know, new studies are showing that, you know, the thing with goldfish, they said, oh, they only got like a 3-sec memory. No, like they're very aware of their surroundings.
Yeah,
Like they are
and they
not
have
as
long-term
dumb
memory.
as like we've made them out to be.
How do you even test that?
I don't know. I'm just saying that that's what the research shows. But apparently, fish ain't dumb. They got okay brain.
They got decent brains.
Decent brain. Decent.
No, I am not condone killing animals. I am condoning. There's just something that's funny about the thought of you just like your goldfish dies and bread him up.
We just got a new deep fryer. Let's try it out.
Throw them in the deep fryer.
It would be just crunchy. Like there'd be no benefit. Now we have joked about, because like Chico especially.
Don't eat Chico.
If you ever look at his back legs,
Don't eat Chico.
He looks like he's got chicken quarters.
Don't eat Chico.
Like you could slice that baby off, it look like a little chicken thigh.
Stop eating Chico.
Just saying. But No, isn't it weird that we don't eat those? I mean, back in the day, like Native Americans like would raise dogs as food. Chihuahuas were originally a little delicacy.
So, okay. See, now you're getting into the whole, okay, I have a thought. The coronavirus stuff is going around, right? And that stems from Chinese people eating bat soup.
What? I didn't hear that part.
For real?
Yeah.
It's like going around the internet.
I thought some drinking beer.
No, apparently it's like it's like a deep fried bat soup, something like that. And the entire world, aside from countries that stuff is normal, the entire world has been like shaming China. That's like online and everything, like basically like national shaming, where they're like, how could they do this? Like that's so disgusting. And China's, I don't remember who it was, but it was like a delegate or somebody high up in the Chinese government shamed America and said, how dare you that you guys will go around and raise all these cows, pigs, chickens so inhumanely, and turkeys and stuff like that in these giant farms and all this stuff, considering that, oh, you know what? It's only appropriate to have like four sources of meat, and that's it. So in order to feed everybody here, we have to very inhumanely raise all these animals and stick them and stuff. To them, it's the opposite. To them, they look at us and they're like, how dare you treat the animals that way? So their thought is, we eat, multiple animals. We don't just succumb to these, 5 different species.
Yeah, I mean, there's some validity there, but they're also the ones that like do shark fin soup and stuff.
Hold on. Well, now you're describing a whole other issue. For that stuff, that is,
they eat endangered animals. So
the idea of eating endangered animals, for the shark fin soup, for example, because I watched a documentary that Gordon Ramsay did on it. Yeah. His argument was that it adds nothing to flavor. There's nothing of a delicacy of it. It's literally just all...
it's that weird medicinal stuff.
It's that odd for the experience stuff.
Right. Well, really they think it's medicinal.
Yes.
It's like the rhino horn stuff.
Correct.
Or the...
Correct,
what's the thing from Futurama? The nose.
I don't remember.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Where they would take the nose off people and they grate it. It was an aphrodisiac.
Oh, yeah, the alien species.
I can't remember what it's called.
Human nose. You got human nose. And then, like, the wife is just like, ooh, he brought human nose for
And dinner. They're like, well, that's the reproductive part, right? And they're like, no, it's the...
I'm like, don't tell him.
Anyway, so yeah, it's interesting, like, the shaming that happens across cultures.
Yeah.
In that regard.
When I heard that argument, I read it. It was like on CNN or something like that, an article. I read it and I thought that makes 100% sense. Granted, you have some parts of the country in China that still eat things that would be considered uncivilized to the rest of the world, such as they still eat dogs there. In some parts, they still eat dogs. They still eat cats. Like that's a social norm in some areas. We're talking not the whole country. So that's the other thing. It's like whole country shaming, but they all stand behind eating bats. I mean, we have swine flu. We have, our romaine lettuce goes bad every other year. It seems like thousands of people are getting sick.
That's a big thing a while ago.
So and not to mention all the cancer and stuff that is so prevalent in America because of all the stuff that we're throwing into these meats and these
allegedly
their genes. I mean, it just makes sense. All these carcinogens that are going around. And that, yes, cancer is prominent in China, but not nearly as much per population as in America.
Yeah, they just get coronavirus.
It's true.
Pandemic.
It's true. So I got a puppy.
So yeah, that was
I did get a puppy. Yeah.
How is it? I mean, you've only had him, 3 days now?
I've had him 3 days. I already told you the story about sleeping, but I think it's an interesting one. So we're kennel training him, and just because Ashley and I still both work, we have good schedules for a puppy, where we're off from each other enough where it works out. I'll still have to come home for lunch every once in a while and eat a part of him. Sorry, joke. That's a joke.
Hashtag unexpected.
That's a joke.
Why so anyways, got 3 legs?
So anyways, we did something awful 2 nights ago. That was my fault. but I guarantee it's probably not going to stop.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. You go from eating him to...
Every study has shown you do not let a puppy sleep in your bed. Like that's it's not a big thing, but they advise. They never say like never do this, but it's like it's always advised like, you probably shouldn't. Here's the thing. The first night we put him in his kennel and he just, oh man, when a puppy is crying, like not in that crying where it's like I'm sad, but that crying where it's like I'm scared for my life right now. It hits you, man. It's like a knife going through your heart. And so
you're supposed to take a little vial and collect those little puppy tears to cure cancer.
They cure coronavirus. Anyways, so the first night, Ashley gets out of bed and I tell her not to do it. I'm like, no, just like man up, just deal with it. And she goes and she lays down next to his kennel like all night. And that comforts him and he does pretty fine, and we're both able to sleep. She's sleeping on the floor, but we're both able to sleep. And then the second night, it's like the roles just flip. It's like Ashley didn't even care. Like he's just crying. She's like, nah, just let him do it. Like just it's fine. And meanwhile, I'm in the bed and like every little whimper that he does, that not the whimper, but I'm talking about like where practically it's just screaming like, no, like let me out. Like that's what I'm hearing to me. And he's very, very literate. And every little time he did it, like I started to tear up a little bit and it started to get emotional for me. And so I looked at Ashley and I'm just like, listen, ultimately he's our dog. I don't care what the studies say. He's our dog. Where do we want him to sleep? And we both agreed, like in that moment, it wasn't even a conversation. Ultimately, yeah, we do want him to sleep in the bed with us. Like we want to be that type of family just because we love him and we love dogs and that's, whatever. Some people are different. So I thought, okay, we're going to plan this out. We're going to do regular potty breaks. We're going to get rid of our nice sheets for right now while he's a puppy and go get our old ones that we still have. So if something happens, we don't care. And we lay him in the bed with us and he did amazing. Like no issues. He fell asleep the whole night with us. And then last night, exact same thing. It was amazing.
Does he sleep by your faces or where do you have him?
He sleeps by our feet. Every once in a while when we take him potty, it's like every 3 hours we get up and he's really good. Like you take him outside, he just comes back in. Every once in a while when we take him out and bring him back in, he kind of wants to wake up and play. And then literally all I do is just pick him up from my head and just put him by the feet and just hold my hand on him and give him a little chew toy or something. And he'll stay there and then he's fine. Like it's not an issue. I was really nervous the first night. I'm like, this is such a bad idea, but it's turning out great, and my heart's not breaking. Go ahead. Tell me why it's bad.
No, it's you do you.
I know it's bad. I know you're not supposed to do it.
You're not. You really should do the crate training.
You'll be an awful dad one day.
Yeah. Kids will just sleep in your bed till they're 18.
Do your kids sleep in your bed sometimes?
I kick them out if they ever get in there. Joy will, like, if one of the kids won't sleep, she'll be like, oh, just go lay in our bed. Just like, ugh.
I know.
So when I go to bed, I pick them up and
I heard Perry's pretty bad with that.
Seth isn't the best either, though.
Seth isn't?
There's nights where he's like, I can't sleep. So then he goes and lays in our bed and passes right out. Granted, we have a nice bed, but still.
See, here's the thing. I heard those cries from Obi, and it brought me back to a time when I was a kid where I remember being in my bed, and I even remember like the crib, like the walls or whatever it was. I don't know what you call it.
Cage. Yeah.
I remember the crib, and I remember just crying and wanting my mom or my dad. And then one night, all of a sudden, this, to me, I don't know, I was delirious or something. A stranger came in. It's really my babysitter.
Oh.
Came in, and she was just like, why are you crying? And I just was honest, and I said, like, I want mommy and daddy. And like, I remember her saying, like, you need to be a big boy. And she shut the light off and just walked out. And I was still crying. I don't even remember sleeping that night, but I was still crying, but I officially wasn't loud at all. Like, to me, it was like an internal, like, I am very sad right now because of that.
Wow.
I don't know why, but when I heard Obi screaming, that's what I felt. Like it brought me back to that, and I'm like, no, he could be with us. Speaking of crying, who's out there screaming?
Poppy.
That's Poppy?
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like Perry. Oh my goodness. Poppy came over to our house the other night. No, it's too funny. It's too cute of a story not to share. And so she doesn't come over to Ashley and my house very often.
Yeah, because you guys have like nice stuff.
It's not. We just have knickknacks.
Yeah,
we don't
your
have kids.
place is not meant for children
because we don't have kids.
We would love to come over more, but I don't want to like pay you to fix everything.
Here's the issue. If one of your children grabs one of our quote unquote knickknacks and threw it on the ground and broke it, I guarantee we don't care. Like none of the knickknacks that we have, quote unquote, are anything that's like, it's a family heirloom like that. It's literally like Ashley goes through Hobby Lobby in the clearance section. It's like 50 cents. Nice, that looks cute.
I don't like it. Anyway, tell your story.
Actually, you know what? Ashley would probably like it if she did that. That gives Ashley an excuse to buy more knickknacks.
No.
Because she always wants to buy them. She goes, no, we have too many. We have too many.
Just tell your story.
It's just a simple one. But there's something cute about, I saw Poppy go upstairs because that's where Perry was. He likes to go up there and play on my Switch. And I have a Google Home Mini that's sitting right underneath the TV. And Poppy goes up to it and just like, I see her like quietly walk up to the Google Home Mini and then get her face real close and go, "Hey, Doodle!" And that's it. And then I just started laughing. And then Poppy was just walking away and she just kept screaming, "Doodle!" Like, even if she did want Google, what's she going to ask for?
I don't know.
Like,
she just hears us do it. That's all.
"Hey, Doodle!"
"Hey, Doodle, turn on the lights."
I like that Doodle. "Hey, Doodle."
I don't know. It's just funny. The things kids grow up with today that we didn't have, and I know that's a generational thing. We had these things our parents didn't have, and so on. But
our parents, video games, I think, is what my parents always bring up.
Yeah,
like playing on the NES and the Super NES, stuff like that.
Video games and having more than 3 channels,
having more than one TV.
Yeah, geez, now I mean, like, there's a TV in every room, and
or at least a screen.
TVs
at a minimum.
are so cheap now, right? Because I remember when we got our first big screen TV, it was like, I want to say my parents spent probably $6,000 on it. And now if you were to spend $6,000 on a TV, first of all, you're probably crazy. Yeah. And if you did spend that much, you're getting like a cinema quality surround sound system, like
that nobody really needs anymore.
No one really needs anymore. But
like when I see those TVs in people's houses, unless you have an actual theater room, like there's a reason to have it. When I see those TVs in people's houses, I always just think it doesn't look good.
It's too much.
Like,
Yeah. But anyway, tangents. Congrats on your puppy. I hope for many more good nights.
Like, our podcast might as well just be called Average Tangents.
Average Tangents. No, Average Enthusiast makes sense because we're enthusiastic.
Tangential enthusiast.
Tangential. I don't know. I prefer cosines.
Bye!
That was a podcast you chose to listen to. Do you think you make good choices? Whether you do, you heard Brandon and Candy talk about things that are cool. We feel enthusiastic that you can be average too.
So dumb, Brandon. Just all over.